How about a bag? Go get the money. Count that cash and back to the money. Put that on repeat.
All right, so what's up, subscribers and subscribers to be? If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've seen us before, thanks for returning. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about one of my favorite stocks, a stock that's now taking up the majority of my portfolio. And that stock today is going to be Tesla stock. Tesla's jumping like Clyde Drexler right now. If you don't know who Clyde Drexler is, definitely look him up. It's Black History Month, so you should know who Clyde Drexler is.
Trap house jumping like drugs, that's Clyde, that's high.
But yeah, Tesla. I started buying at about $350, and it's went down since then, and it's all the way up over 900 at the moment. Back in late 2018, early 2019, Tesla stock did take a dive. They were approaching the $400 mark, the $400 price target for its stock. A couple things happened that caused that stock to go down. Nothing directly tied to the company, nothing directly dealing with the company's product or quality, but a few things happened in the news that took the stock down. The first thing that took the stocks down was a few tweets from Elon Musk talking about how he may take the company private once it reached the $420 price target. I know at the time the company was going through a lot. It needed a lot of money. And at the time, Elon Musk was trying to get investors. And I guess due to the stress, he just tweeted out about how he wanted to take the company public at 420. The SEC had some big problems with that. And as a result, the stock went down a bit. Aside from that, Elon Musk did another video. I think he went online and did a podcast with Joe Rogan. And during this podcast, Elon Musk was seen smoking. The SEC as well as Wall Street also viewed this in a negative way, and the stock just continued to go down from that point. Being that the stock was going down, a lot of short sellers saw this as a time to start investing in Tesla, betting that it would basically go down. So the stock continued to do so. A lot of the short sellers saw potential problems with competition. A couple of other companies outside of Tesla were releasing EVs, companies such as Porsche and Audi. So being that they were bringing their new thing to market, a lot of people decided to leave the Tesla stock because they figured that they may not be as big of a monopoly as they were once thought to be. Another thing that short sellers really put out there was that Tesla really didn't have that much demand. They assumed that once Tesla put out Model 3, that nobody would actually buy it. They assumed that everybody would still probably buy gas vehicles or either hybrids. So the stock continued to go down. And the last thing that I saw was the fact that Tesla wasn't making any profit at the time. Being that they owed a lot of people money, a lot of people were skeptical about demand, a lot of people were skeptical about their competition, as well as what Elon Musk was doing, that just suppressed the stock further. Moving forward to 2020 here today in February, a lot of things have changed. Tesla stock has went down from its low of I know about maybe 180, and I think it had a high today of about $960 something. The biggest reason that Tesla is going up now is because with the release of Model 3, they proved that actual demand was there. Once Model 3 was unveiled, they basically sold all the ones they had. They ended up building a new gigafactory to try to boost the production numbers. I was looking at a video a couple of weeks ago talking about how Tesla was able to still double the number of cars that they could produce. They would still not be meeting that demand. So that's one of the reasons that the stock started to go up originally, that release of Model 3. Around the end of this year, if I'm not mistaken, the last 2 quarters, definitely the first quarter of last year, and now here in February, Tesla has now started to make a profit. I know overall for 2019, Tesla made a profit. They're definitely making a profit this quarter. And in the future, I really don't see a time period in the near future where they won't be making a profit. So that's another reason that the stock started to rise. Last year, Tesla started on the Gigafactory early. It may have been January, but I know it was early 2019. Before November, this factory was done. Within 10 months, the Gigafactory was completely finished. And this is a huge factory. Not only did they finish that factory and start producing cars before the end of 2019, but they are also about to start working on a factory in Germany, which is going to produce cars in Europe. The Chinese Gigafactory basically made it so that Tesla could produce cars in China without having to worry about shipping them over there and paying for taxes to do so. So now they're making a lot more money from cars in China, and I could actually see the EV market in China in the near future being bigger, much bigger than the one in the U.S. It may already be, but that's a great thing for Tesla. Another reason that Tesla stock is going up is because of Panasonic factory. Panasonic partnered with Tesla to help them create some of the batteries from their cars, and recently Panasonic has issued a statement saying that they're now seeing a profit from those batteries. Both of their stocks are now starting to go up because of that information. I already stated how a Model 3 has, for the most part, affected the Tesla stock value, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Coming this March, Model Y is supposed to be released for Tesla. So being that that's gaining a lot of attraction, a lot of people are waiting for that to happen, the stock is going up even more. Back in November or December, they also released their Cybertruck to the world. It was a shock. A lot of people liked the way it looked. A lot of people didn't. So it was a lot of commotion around that. But I think that Cybertruck is also going to be a big seller for Tesla. I think Wall Street feels the same thing. So a lot of investors are moving towards this stock. Along with their Cybertruck, they also showed an electric ATV that they're going to be releasing with the Cybertruck as well as an option for their package. So that shows that their business is not going to only be releasing new vehicles, but they're also expanding into larger markets. Speaking of larger markets, Tesla's also decided they're going to put out a semi-truck. This semi-truck is going to be much faster than most of the trucks that we see on the road now. I think it's going to be the fastest semi-truck ever in history. And also with the autopilot and everything, it's going to be one of the most up-to-date trucks that has ever been released through history. So that's going to be another big thing for freight companies, especially once Tesla releases its autopilot features and those trucks can drive themselves. I'm assuming that the freight companies are going to be able to save a lot of money by having automatic vehicles compared to hiring drivers in the near future. And I think Wall Street sees that as well. And that's another reason that this stock is going up. My last few reasons that I think Tesla's on the rise is because of their solar business. Their solar roofs, they just came out with a new design. They're slightly cheaper. They're more profitable. They're more efficient for the users. So I think that's going to be a big thing in the future, especially with states like California starting to require new homes being built with solar roofs. Aside from that solar roof, Tesla has now created a 1,000,000-mile battery. In my opinion, if you have a car that can go 1,000,000 miles, especially if it's self-driving, there's almost no need for any other car. I mean, this car could last you easily 10, 20 years, especially if you have it on the road driving for you. If they are able to make the automated driving thing happen and you have this car as possibly a taxi, if it can get 1,000,000 miles on its own without you having to drive it, and that's basically just passive income for you, I can see that being a big thing that a lot of people would want. And I can also see a 1,000,000-mile battery just being in high demand in the near future. The last thing that I can see that's causing this stock to go up is the Tesla computer chip. Recently, Tesla created a chip that was basically years ahead of any other company. It's a chip that they're currently using inside of their car. If I'm not mistaken, prior to the chip that they built, they were using an Intel chip. The chip that they have now is maybe about 5-10 years ahead of that chip. And it only took them about maybe 2 years to create this chip. So with them having the advantage in the electric vehicles, the advantage in electric roofs, automated driving, autopilot, computer chips, batteries, and all these gigafactories and all this stuff being done at one time, I can definitely see this stock still going up some more. I did a video a few days ago about whether or not I should buy, sell, or hold this. And I said that I'm at a hold on it right now, being that it's recently went up so much in value. But I'm definitely not selling this stock. As you can see, it's a whole list of reasons that this stock will probably be going up in the future, and that this company will probably be expanding and growing even further in the future. So Tesla is definitely still a buy for me. With that being said, if you are interested in the stock market and you don't already have a way to put your money in, definitely check out the Robinhood app. There's a link in the description below. There's no trading fees or anything like that required. Think of it as kind of a sort of a gift from me to you, because if you sign up using my link, you will get one free stock. With that being said, Thank you for your time and have a great day.
How about the bag? Go get the money. Count that cash and back to the money. Put that on repeat. Go get the bag. Go get the bag. And that's how we coming. If you really about your money, put $1 in the air. If you really about your hustle, put $1 in the air. You ain't taking else for nothing. Put $1 in the air. You ain't got no hustle muscle. Get the fuck up out of here.